Hello everybody, my name is Alan and welcome to my very first educational video. The topic we are at today is Docker or Docker Basic. Before we get into this, a little introduction of me. I am an experienced network engineer in telecom field for about 10 years. In the early part of my networking line, requires me to be good with protocols such as SS7, CIMD2, TCP/IP, etc. And of course, like routing, BGP, RIP, OSPF. However, throughout my life, I'm a software person. Therefore, I am very fluent in C language, Java, JavaScript, CSS, HTML5, Python, RPA, shell scripting. I am also Splunk trained, although I am not a Splunk architect, but I have deployed Splunk for my company and is very well versed and trained by Splunk professional on full courses. I'm sure that in this video tutorial, you will learn something and I will be releasing on those topics that I've just spoken of later part. Please pardon me on my command of English. I am autistic and English is not my first language. Alright, let's head down to Docker basic course. After this course, you will know how to use Docker, create images, create multiple Docker containers, start and stop them, remove images and remove containers. Docker introduction. Docker is an open platform. Docker can be run on Linux. When I say Linux, I mean Linux variants like Ubuntu and CentOS. And of course, it can install on Windows and Mac. Docker container is a virtualized method to handle multiple of the same application within an OS. It's very lightweight, unlike other of its similar tools. It is popular because it has revolutionized the development industry, as you can clone, test, deploy, delete as and when you want. Basically, scaling make simple. VM versus Docker. So virtual machine and Docker containers, although they are virtualized, they work differently. Let me explain. So for virtual machines, for the server, you need to install an OS. After configuring the OS, you need to install hypervisor. The hypervisor can be of different brands like perhaps VMware's or VirtualBox, etc. Then you configure each of the VM instances or you duplicate them. But each of the instances you need to install an OS itself and their applications. So you have to configure the CPU, the disk space, the RAM of each of the VM instances. It was very good back then until Docker came along. So look at Docker. Basically, from this portion onwards, it resides here. So basically, it means that the OS itself has a certain set of resources. Then you install a container on it. Then you have different application running on in Docker itself. So you have like perhaps app1, which is maybe a DB server, then app2 is the application server, then app3 is a web server. So all of them reside here. So this changed the game. Why? Because you can scale up and down. And there are some examples that you already came across with, like Android itself. It has container built-in. I mean the latest Android, of course. Like some applications, perhaps like Pokemon Go, you can run two instances at the same time. That is container, right? All right, so far so good. This tutorial will be teaching you how to install on Windows and a little bit on the Unix. Let's go to your browser. On your browser, go to docker.com/product/docker-desktop. You will need to create an account with them. So the creation of the account is free. And after creating the account, just click on this link. Then it will bring you into the sign in page. After sign in, then you will download. So after you have installed the software and then the Docker process will boot up, you will see a wheel icon at your taskbar, and this means that the Docker is running. So inside these settings, I'm inside Docker settings right now. It depends on you whether you want to check these two box. For me, because this is just for testing, so I'll just let it be. It will be there. Then I allow it to share with my C drive. I have configured the CPU, memory, and disk space. So over here for the network portion is the internal virtual switch. The subnet is on 10.0.75.x, so 2255. So you will need to know that for your first Docker container instance is on .2. Then the third one will be .3, so on and so forth. This is for your networking purposes. If you are using a fixed DNS, change over here, or else just use automatic. Proxies, for my computer, I doesn't have proxies, so I said no proxies. But if you have, select menu, then over here type in the proxies name, colon, the port that the proxy is using, depend on which. And hold on, so no proxies. Then daemon, just set as basic, unchecked. If this is being checked, then you will have different experience from mine, and these two will be just as default. Okay, so for Linux installation, go to this page, follow this URI, then go over here, choose the correct Linux you are using. It will teach you how to do installation. Alright, so after installation, you will need to configure it to start up the process, Docker process. So follow the guide here. And the important part is this. You need to enable Docker. So after enable it, you also will need to check config. So check config is basically allowing the Docker to auto boot up when you rebooted the server or somehow you restarted the server, right? So okay, let's go straight into how to use the Docker right now. Alright, after you have installed the Docker itself, so you will need to have images. So images, you will need to go to this page, hub.docker.com. We are going to pull CentOS 7 this time for demo purpose. You can pull whatever image you want. So let's go into it. Alright, so Docker Hub. Over here, just type CentOS. Take the official image. Over here, to download, basically you can just do this, but it has different major version and sub version, I mean the minor version. So to download major version, you can download the latest version anyway. So just scroll down, and this is to download the major version. So colon something, so can colon 6, colon 7, colon 8. And to download the minor version, you have to do it this way. So we'll be doing the major version. Okay, I'm at my command prompt right now. So we are going to pull the image. So Docker CentOS. So sorry. Pull CentOS 7. So wait a while. Right, so over here it says that you have downloaded. You can see that I have a digest and it's up to date 7. So to prove that this has been downloaded, so I'm going to show you a command called docker images. So docker images will show you that I have a CentOS that is on a version 7. So the images ID is this. So the next command that I'm going to show you is docker process. So basically it's docker ps, and you will see that I have nothing running right now, and that is true because I haven't run anything yet on my Docker. Okay, so I will run the image that I have just downloaded right now. So the command will be docker run, and we are going to give it a name. So the name, for example, will be called CentOS 7, and minus dt, the image ID, which is over here. So what this does is creating a container on the Docker, and you have this digest. So let's do a docker ps to verify, and you can see that it's running 10 seconds ago. Status is 8 seconds uptime. So the name is called CentOS 7, which is that we have created over here, and this is the Docker ID. Right. Okay, right now what I have done is that I have created a Docker instances of the CentOS 7 image, and without installing anything, I am able to just boot into it. And this is the benefit of Docker. So to boot into the container, what I need to do is docker execute minus IT stands for interactive terminal, and I can either use the container name or the name itself. So I'm going to use this for example. Then I give it a modifier, so I say bash. You can see that now I am in root at this container. So now if I use a Unix command, for example ls, basically it's like dir for Windows, to list the directory. So you can see that it is in the form of Linux. So let's say that I go to, right now I'm in root, so let's say I make a directory here. I call it test1. So ls, I have test1. So let's go into test1, and let's make a file here, vi abc.txt, and I just give it random stuff and save it. And to quit the instance, just type exit, and right now you're out, but the process is still running. I can prove it. So docker ps, and you can see that it's still running. Right, so this goes to the next part. We are going to stop the Docker process. So docker stop the container ID, wait for a while. So I will go deeper into advanced commands later, but right now we are going to use docker stop. Basically this is a graceful terminate. So just like Linux, there are graceful and instantaneous. So stop is a graceful stop. So basically it stops the process, whatever process that is running right now in CentOS 7 of this instance, and finally quit. So after I stop, let me do a verification. Nothing is running right now. The next thing that I want to do is to show you how to do a clone. So basically I'm going to do the command. So docker commit, then I want to clone this image, the one that we just did, and you remember that we have created a folder called test1 and a file name called abc.txt. So you give it a container ID, then after that you give it a new name. So let's call this testbed 1. Enter. Okay, I'm sorry, lowercase. Okay, so it recreates again. So to verify, I go to Docker images, and now you see that I have a testbed 1 and a CentOS OS. Okay, now I'm going to run the testbed 1. So you know the command. So docker run ---- name. I'm going to give it a name. Let's call this app app1. So -dt, then I can either give it the repo name or the image ID. So I'm going to use the repo name, then press enter. So started. So I have to verify. Right now I have this started at 1, and there's another command that I need to show you, is the docker ps -a, -all. So what this does is that it shows you all the processes that I've run before. So over here you can see that I have 1 container, 2 container. When I stop the container just now, it doesn't mean that I deleted the container instance. I basically just stop it. So if I want to boot it up again, I can just do it. So over here, this was the previous instance. So docker start, paste, enter. Okay, so to prove that right now I have 2 instances. So docker ps, you can see I have a app1, I have a CentOS 7. Okay, so right now we are going into the app1 that we have created to prove that it has been cloned. So docker execute, you remember? So -interactive terminal space, you can give it the container ID or the name. So this time around I'll be using this, and the modifier bash. So right now I'm at root, you can see. So pwd is to check, and ls, we can see that we have a test1. So cd test1, and we have an abc. So let's do more abc. Yeah, this was what I have keyed in previously. So you can see that you actually can create many instances and do your modification there and testing. So if it doesn't like it, you can just delete. You don't have to delete your original one. So it's very good for testers, test environment, development. Alright, we are going to the end of the course. So I'm going to show you the last few things, how to delete the image. So let's just stop the Docker instances first. So Docker stop Okay, so verify. Okay, so right now you're going to delete the image, so let's do this first. I'm going to take away this test bed. So the command is docker image rmi minus f for false, and the image ID, so this guy, deleted. So we can verify images, and right now I'm only left with one. Okay. Okay, I have come to the end of the tutorial. So I have gone through all of this. You'll be able to use Docker fluently, I think. And for the advanced Docker, I will be creating on another video. So hope that you have subscribed and liked my video. And thanks for watching.